Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back for day 16 of the Tantric Path in Practice. We're looping back to purification today, and it's going to be somewhat unique. We are going to engage in an elemental purification practice. So using our body, using our awareness of breath, using mindset to purify our relationship with the elements, recognizing that the elements live and exist in us. We are made up of them, as is the rest of the planet. So when we're purifying our relationship to these elements, we're letting go of any sort of less than beneficial associations that we might have. And the elements are earth, water, fire, air, and ether. If you're participating in We Rise, today's practice will be purification on a more subtle level, so it'll be a continuation running all the way through. If you're not currently registered for We Rise, but you would like to receive that practice, please just send me a note and I'll be happy to pass it along to you. You can get the complete experience. All right, with that being said, let's come to our mats. First, we're going to just start to warm the body up, get energy moving, and then we'll start to hone in on each particular element. So for today, we're actually going to start standing. Feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart, knees relatively soft, hands can rest on the hips, and just begin to shift from side to side. And as you do, become a little bit more intimately aware of the breath. Invite the breath to become a little bit slower, a little bit more full. And then we'll start to take the pelvis around in some circles. When you're ready, switch directions. Come back through to the center. Bring the legs a little bit further apart. Hands can rest on the knees of the thighs and more slowly shift from side to side. So before we were opening up through the outer hip and thigh, now we're starting to bring a little bit more awareness to the inner thigh. And just noticing where we might be holding on to some tension and inviting it to ease. Then angle the toes open slightly. Roll the arms internally. Very loose little twists and pelvic rotation. So you use the arms to brace yourself so that you're lifting the shoulder girdle up as the pelvis, the weight of the pelvis draws down. And then just start to take the pelvis around in a few little circles. Direction. One more and then come back through to the center. And then we'll just take the really light, easy twist. An inhale for length and an exhale to gently rotate to one side. Inhale, come back through to the center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, center. And then continue alternating from side to side at your own pace, keeping it soft and light. When you've gone to both sides an equal number of times, come back to the center. Give yourself a moment to be here. Straighten the legs, bring the feet a little bit closer in. Start to gently rotate through the wrists. Give the hands a gentle shake. And then begin to swing the arms from the elbows. Then swing the arms from the shoulders and a step forward, otherwise I end up hitting the wall. And then cross the arms one over the top of the other, alternating each time. Good. So with the next one, on the exhale, we're going to really emit a big burst of air, and we'll make the sound ha as we do. So it's similar to when you cough or you sneeze or you laugh, and a lot of stale air is able to be expelled from the lungs. The arms will look like this. Ha, ha, ha. Go ahead. Ha, 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 and let that go. Good. Very simple engagement with Agnisara. So feet about hip distance, toes angled open. We're going to bring the hands onto the knees of the thighs. And again, take a moment just to kind of loosen up. And then very similar to cow and cat, but with a little bit more emphasis on a gentle squeeze at the navel with each exhale. On inhale, glide the collarbones forward, lifting the crown and the tail. And on exhale, round the spine. Palm the belly up and in. Inhale, draw the heart forward, keep it light. Exhale, round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And inhale, come back to a neutral spine here, hands still on the knees. Exhale. And then inhale to stand up. And on an exhale, just relax. You're working with the shoulders, the upper back, and the chest. Let's bring the fingertips onto the tops of the shoulders. Keep drawing the shoulders down. Inhale, lift the elbows. Exhale, roll the elbows back and down. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, back and down. Keep going like that. Then we'll switch direction. Once more. Release the shoulders, release the arms. Good. On the next inhale, clench the fists, curl the biceps, shrug the shoulders, and scrunch the face. On the exhale, release the hands and arms, open the eyes, stick the tongue out. 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Once more. Relax the arms, relax the shoulders, lengthen through the neck, and then begin to take the head around in a few easy circles. Once more. And then switch and head the other way. Back through to the center, lengthen through the back of the neck. Give the head a gentle bobble. Start to move through some sun salutation. On an inhale, sweep the arms forward to come up. Exhale, lightly fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step back to plank. Inhale, hinge forward. On the exhale, start by lowering the knees, then come all the way onto the belly. Inhale, find the baby cobra. Exhale to release. Inhale, lifts to the hands and the knees. Exhale to child's pose. Inhale back to the hands and the knees, tuck the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels, soften the knees, move toward the hands. Exhale, step lightly to the top. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reaching for the sky. Exhale, arms by your sides. Again, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step to plank. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, lower the knees, and then come all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift to the hands and knees again. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, back to the hands and the knees, tuck the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels, soften the knees, and look toward the hands. Exhale, step up to the top. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reaching for the sky. Exhale, arms by your sides. Inhale to chair pose. Exhale, softly fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, soften the knees, slide the left foot back for a low lunge. Release the knee and the shin. Inhale, sweep the arms forward to come up. Exhale, release to plank. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, back to the hands and the knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, float the left leg up and back. Exhale, lightly lunge the foot through. Lower the right knee and shin. Inhale, sweep the arms forward to come up. Exhale, release the hands and step your back foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale to chair, Utkatasana. Exhale, straighten the legs, arms by your sides. Give yourself a breath here. Once again, inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, soften the knees, slide the right foot back for a low lunge, releasing the knee and shin. Inhale, sweep the arms forward to come up. Exhale, release all the way to plank. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, back to the hands and the knees, tuck the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, float the right leg up and back. Exhale, lunge the foot through. Lower the back knee. Inhale, sweep the arms forward to come up. Exhale, release the hands down, step the back foot forward. Inhale, lift half. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, Tadasana. Give yourself a moment just to breathe. Bring awareness down now into the feet and the legs and the pelvis. Here in Tadasana, begin to connect with the elements of earth. Just calling in some of the qualities or attributes of the earth. Steady, stable, fertile, strong. That which provides a sense of connection, gives us a sense of where we are in space. Internally, begin to repeat the bija or seed mantra for the earth element. Lam. Spelled L-A-M, pronounced more like L-U-M. Just internally repeating Lam as you're bringing awareness into the feet, legs, and pelvis. Transitioning into Vrikshasana tree pose, continuing to work with the elements of the earth. Let's start by just rooting down through the right foot and drawing your left thigh up and in. Continuing to internally repeat the mantra, Lam. Connecting with this energy of a tree, rooted and yet reaching upward toward the sun. Roll the knee open if that's appropriate, and place the sole of the foot either against the upper inner right thigh or maybe against your right calf. Or if balance is a little unsteady, you can keep the ball of the foot on the ground and maybe just place the heel close to the right ankle. Notice if there's any sense of striving or struggle, and do your best to replace that with trust that the earth will continue to support you. And you can soften into that support. Long. Steady, stable, still. Awareness in the feet, the legs, and specifically the space of the perineum. Go ahead and gently release the left leg. Give yourself a moment before we switch to the right. Rooting down through the left foot, draw your right thigh up and in. Continuing to internally repeat the bija mantra, Lam. Connecting to the element of the earth. Feel free to roll the knee open and place the sole of the right foot somewhere against the inner left leg, whether that's the thigh, the calf, or the ankle. whatever provides you with that sense of stability. And soften into the support being offered. Awareness in the feet, the legs, and the perineum. Release back to Tadasana. Continuing to repeat the mantra long. Awareness in the feet, the legs, and the perineum. Go ahead and release the element of the earth. Inhale, sweep the arms forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step to plank. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. Staying on the belly. Go ahead and bring the feet a little bit further apart. Toes can angle open if that's comfortable. Just bringing a nice kind of soft squishiness into the pelvis and belly. Bring the elbows a little bit further out so that they're basically stacked under the shoulders. And then stretch the chest a little bit further forward, stretching into the belly. And then again, soft and squishy, let the belly soften into the mat. Cross the forearms, preparing for Makarasana. Rest the head on the backs of the arms. And bring awareness into what you might experience as the womb space. The pelvis, the lower belly. The home in our body of the water element. So as the earth element expresses the bone, muscle, tissue, that which is solid within us. Water is everything within us that flows in liquid form. Just with the very simple intention of purifying your relationship to the element of water. The Bija mantra here is VAM, V-A-M, pronounced more like V-U-M. So as you're breathing here in Makarasana with awareness in the womb state, silently repeat the Bija mantra, VAM. Beginning to gently move out of Maharasana. Bring the legs back into parallel and palms underneath the shoulders. On an inhale, gently press up to the hands and knees. And on an exhale, round back toward child's pose, softening the elbows and lowering the forehead. We're going to move in and out a few more times, continuing to work with the Bija Mantra Bhava. So inhaling to rise up, exhaling to draw back. Continue at your own pace. The water element. Flowing endlessly through the body, through the earth. Experiencing that fluidity here as we flow from one posture to the other. Just a couple more times. And the next time you find yourself in child's pose, remain there for a few breaths. Allowing the water to smooth any rough edges, just the way it does as rivers flow through to create canyons, as rocks and sea glass soften their rough edges as they're tumbled about in the waves. And recognize the significance of resting here in child's pose, in the posture that we assumed in our own mother's womb. Where we were nourished and held. On the next inhale, come back up to the hands and the knees. On the exhale, remain here for a moment and draw awareness a little bit further up toward the navel. This is the home within us of the elements of fire. And the Bija mantra for fire is Ram, R-A-M, pronounced R-U-M, Ram, Ram. Internally repeating the Bija mantra Ram. Let's move through cow and cat. On an inhale, draw the heart forward. Awareness at the navel. Exhale, round the spine and hug the belly up and in. Continuing to repeat Ram. Once more. Go ahead and sit back on the heels, sitting on the shins. And we'll play with some breath here for a moment, keeping the spine nice and long, holding awareness in the space of the belly. We'll engage in a few rounds of Kapalabhati, so just forcing the breath out, and as we do, we're fanning the internal flame. After a few rounds of Kapalabhati, after a very thorough exhale, we're going to bring the hands, bringing the thumbs inside the fingers and then the knuckles to touch into the space of the fire at the belly. After that exhale, we'll fold forward, gently massaging at the navel, holding the breath out for as long as possible. And then on an inhale, we'll rise up again. And exhale to relax. Awareness resting at that fire in the belly. So, Kapalabhati, nice and easy here, preparing to fold forward when I instruct. Slow, steady Kapalabhati, whenever you're ready. Long exhale, draw the fists in, fold forward. When it's time, inhale to rise. Exhale to relax from awareness at the navel. Purifying your relationship with the element of fire. Do that one more time. Begin Kapalabhati when you're ready, continuing to work with the Bija mantra around you. Final exhale, then fold forward, fists in the belly, drum. On inhale, rise. On exhale, relax from awareness at the navel. Go ahead and take a seat. Let's bring the legs out in front. Scooch forward and up, getting ready to lie down. On an inhale, lift the collarbone slightly, And on an exhale, release. Bringing awareness now to the space of the heart, beginning to connect with the element of air. The Bija mantra here is Yam, Y-A-M, pronounced Y-U-M, Yam. Moving in and out of bridge, palms can face down. On an inhale, begin to lift the pelvis, extend the arms up and overhead, awareness in the heart. Repeating internally the Bija mantra Yam. On exhale, just roll back in. Continue at least 3 more times on your own. And we'll lift the pelvis once more. Arms will stay on the mat. Go ahead and bring the hands together, interlace the fingers if that's available. Otherwise, hold the outer edges of the mat. Roll the shoulders under. And again, bring awareness into the heart space. Just a few breaths here with an invitation to allow a brief pause at the top of each in-breath. Repeating the Bija mantra Yam. Next, exhale, release, and roll back down. Give yourself a moment. Invite a sense of spaciousness through which air is able to flow freely. Awareness of the heart, Bija mantra Yam. Purifying your relationship with the element of air. And then the arms can come out to the sides. Feet come a little bit wider on the mat. Just windshield wiper the knees a few times. From here, let's draw the thighs in. Place the hands on the knees. Bring awareness upward toward the space of the throat. The element of ether. The Bija mantra Hum. H-A-M, pronounced H-U-M. Ether, space. Feel into the space in which the body is held. And then very gently, moving slowly, rock the knees away from you and back and toward you with an experience of this part of the body moving through space. And then draw the knees back in toward the belly and slowly lower one ear and then the other to the mat. Awareness at the throat. Bija mantra hum. Bring the head back through to the center and release into Shavasana. Once again, bring awareness to the space in which the body is held. Feeling into the throat, repeating the Bija mantra hum. Awareness in the heart, yum, the air element. Navel center, fire, Ram. Pelvic center, water, Vam. Perineum, earth element, Lam. If this is the culmination of your practice today, stay for at least a few more minutes, just resting, maybe oscillating awareness through each of these spaces, each of these elements. If you'll be transitioning into rise, then enjoy a few sweeping breaths and then join us on the next kick.